Okay. 2, 3, 4.
From Army Command, the order comes down. We're going to war against an abstract noun, and we're gonna wage the battle before us by taking a page from Roget's Thesaurus, and the chorus of hawks goes out on their limbs, preparing to talk up their new synonyms, and the anchor at Fox starts feeding his flocks with the soundbite they've found. Now these birds of a feather collectively flap their jaw. They say they'll fight terror with shock and awe. It's a surgical strike in the war against clarity, like telling a lie to fight insincerity. It's a war against satire, using brazen self-parody, just like the World Bank fights poverty with austerity. And speaking of the World Bank, did you notice how it's been fighting corruption with Paul Wolfowitz? Till recently he's transformed his main squeeze into his favorite charity. It's like fighting crime by repeatedly breaking the law. It's like fighting terror with shock and awe. In the fight against evil, we're gonna use badness, which will get us depressed. So we'll fight that with sadness, which will drive us insane. So we'll fight that with madness, tooth, nail, and claw. Just like shock and awe. In the fight against darkness, we're using obscurity. We're fighting against those who hate freedom, using homeland security. And the president knows, or maybe he doesn't, we're fighting this foe in a place where it wasn't. He's the boy who cried wolf and then turned the Gulf to a house made of straw. To fight the Ayatollah, he'd gladly bring back the Shah, which is like fighting terror with shock and awe. It's like trying to use your Achilles heel to conceal your fatal flaw. It's like fighting terror with shock and awe. And it's like if Karl Marx had said, let's fight capital with an arm bourgeois. That'd be like fighting terror with shock and awe. Benjamin Franklin stands addressing the Chamber of Constitutional Conventioners. Good sirs, should copious salaries be paid to the powerful who govern, then soon I fear it shall not be the fittest for the trust, nor the moderate, the wise, the lovers of the peace, but the bold, the violent, the selfish, and the strong. Your avaricious rulers shall be men like these. I leave this thought to your judgment, and by the way, check out those pleated knee stockings on John Jay. What can I say? Alexander Hamilton leaps up to second Dr. Franklin's words, both eloquent and wise. After all, says he, what man could disagree with such a venerable orator in silk thigh-highs? George Wythe concurs, most honorable sirs, no patriot could fail to be impressed by the waistcoat braced with tasteful silver lace and the buttonhole fringe on audacious vest. Franklin replies, I thank you for your goodwill, augmented by those saucy gold watch fob frills, which give me chills. Can't you see the overwhelming evidence that the U.S. Constitution is the work of girly men? If you pitch your pecs against an old quill pen, you'll find history is made by girly men. Up jumps John Blair in a puff of powdered hair. I swear that sash was made for Rufus King. George Reed retorts, unlike the poopy short Charles Pinckney snip. Well, pardon me, Miss Thing. William Jackson's sharp designer accents have the whole convention shrieking. Look at him, he's gone over and above the stitched linen gloves to the filigree suspenders with the two-toe trim. And don't miss the sassy wrist cuffs on Richard Dodd's spade, sporting the timeless bob wig that everyone loves to hate. Jefferson states, Pierce Buckler, darling, it's simply enthralling how you underplay the plumes on your tri-corner chapeau. That embossed slate blue is absolutely you, and I adore the double ruffle on your silk jabot. Daniel Carroll's late spring apparel's the perennial classic satin vest, Dickie Thompson's belt, while Alexander Martin's looking positively Spartan in those petticoat breeches which are beaucoup svelte. And don't overlook the neck stock on William Few, milking the triple braids in his pullback too, as few can do. It's a proven fact about the Bill of Rights. It was written by a bunch of guys in froofy wigs and tights. Thus the founding girly fathers paved the way for the massive girly mandates of today. India was freed by applying this credo. They knew the British colonial army could not succeed over a scrawny-looking, squeaky-talking, four-eyed guy in an antique Speedo. The title of this last verse is Schwarzenegger versus the nurses, cause the governor killed a California bill that declared more nurses were needed. Well, darn if that didn't call forth a storm of scary union ladies in white uniforms who for over a year were guaranteed to appear in every single place he did, and then proceeded to sink every one of the bunk ballot referenda on his puffed-up proto-Mussolinian corporate agenda. The end. Sorry, Mr. Schwarzenegger, it would seem that the girly men and manly girls are working as a team. Nothing trumps an iron-pumping regimen like a unionizing crew of girly men. Think you're moving mountains when you flex your pecs, but the girly men accomplish it without special effects. Yes, you'll have to face up to the awkward fact that the girly men can actually act as if they're rippling your abs of steel. But the girly men are coming and it's about to make a deal. Turns out Sacramento is a girly town. And as the governor, you're just a macho clown, and you've been posing in your cozy coat and crown. And now the girly men are gonna break you, girly men are gonna shake you, girly men are gonna take you down.